Okay, well, let's do some drawing. Here's our tree, and we're trying to make sense of all these things, and we've looked at the real life things, and let's see what we've got. All right, first of all, coming up from the center of the tree, if you watch closely, you see the tree tapers down near zero. And coming out of that is the brand new shoot, which basically is like a spear coming up from the center of this thing, and this is the heart of the tree, heart of palm. But we also looked and we saw this is actually comprised of a whole bunch of layers. Now what happens is as the tree grows and this expands, this branches out into separate pieces. Well, actually they're going more up like this. All around the tree, coming out from all around the tree. Evenly distributed right around the tree. And those are your stems. And at first they're very firm, young and firm. They come up to a point here, and these leaves start to spread out from them. The leaflets start. They're still pretty much attached to each other. So they're very, very tight and very, very upright. So this will be your first circle of this fan leaf. Now as they age, they get further out on the tree, because this whole thing is expanding, and they're going to be laying down more. They're still coming out upwards, but they'll be drooping, and sometimes drooping quite a bit. And the leaves will still be coming out, leaflets will still be coming out of them like that to each side. And depending on your point of view is where you see them. So the thing is, in trying to draw this tree, is to identify or note for yourself this stem, and then build your leaves around that, and then that explains all of this apparent mess. Now the other thing to note is the cross-section of this. The stem is actually kind of like that in cross-section, and then these leaves are coming, leaflets are coming out at this angle. So they start up there, and once they start drooping, of course, gravity pulls them down, and as they age, gravity pulls them down more and more and more. As they get bigger and bigger and bigger, they get pulled down more and more. Now when they start here, they're still all attached to each other. It's opening like a fan, but only after they've come down a little bit, they actually split into individual pieces. And they go right down to the base of this triangular section at the top, and actually some of them actually spread out downward, but those are very little and very few. So that's your basic outline of your palm fronds. One, they are coming out from the center at the same height all around this tree, in a circle right around this tree as the tree grows. And two, they're coming out of this stem, whatever way it's going, and by age, this stem starts straight vertical and then slowly becomes, as it moves further and further. This tree eventually goes like this, straight up and down on the sides. By the time that stem gets out to here, it's coming out like that. And depending again on age is how much droop it's got in it. And eventually they die and fall off, and all sorts of things happen, or they get cut off by humans. And then the leaves fan out, leaflets fan out from that. I think that covers it. So now we'll go on to actually drawing, or trying to draw my tree. Now here's my tree. Okay, here's the stem coming out here. Yep, there it is. And here's a stem coming out here, the upright one. Here's one coming out here. Not sure where that goes. Let's see. That looks like one there. Very hard to see. But to fake it, I can just say there's a stem coming out of here, 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 and around the back side too. So, ignoring what's actually there, this stem's been out for a while, okay, so it's going to have a big curve in it and be drooping. And the ends get weaker, so often the curve of that droop suddenly drops off at the end, just as you see in this one that's actually here. And we got this one, and it's not as old, so it goes up a little bit further, it comes out a little bit further. Oh look, that happens to work out over to here. They also get longer and longer and longer as time goes on. So we got this one coming out here, and got another one that's coming out here and at us. Okay, so it's coming back at us. And we got another one here, and we can say that's coming at us here. And then we got another one here that we'll send over this way. Oh yeah, there. That looks nice. So there's my stems at this circle. Now right above that is another circle, and it's going to have stems coming out too. And up here, but now the tree is starting to curve in down to a 0 point. So up here we've got that center stalk, and then the fresh stems coming out of it, which are going to be very vertical, and then these early ones, which are going to be pointing up, and again, some of them are going to come at us. My pen doesn't like the Xerox dust. So there's several layers, and you can go as much as you need to go, but of course not everything is going to show because they're blocking each other. You don't have an infinite viewpoint. If you want that, you got to go look at a Picasso. Then coming off of that are, oh, look at this one. Well, I don't know where that one's coming from. There's one here coming from somewhere kind of like this. Yeah, there's another one. There's one that coming there. Those are coming off from other parts of the tree. Amazing how they show up once you figure this out. Yeah, and this one's coming way down here. And then going back here, again, once they come out of that stem, once they're grown, they're fully fledged. Okay, the stem stays pretty straight up to this point, and then it goes down to this tapered bit. There's a distinct difference you can see here. And this is the base of where the leaflets come out. So a couple of them come out this way, but overall the whole picture is kind of like this. Okay, so this is what I was talking about the other day, or in an earlier video, where I said this thing is basically a big leaf that's been split into parts. So we got parts going up here. Oh, and these are very definitely side by side down here. They're butted right up against each other. There's no overlap on these. So this one's going to come out to here, and this one's going to come out to here, and this one's going to come out to here, pointy, and this one's going to come out to here, and this one, boom, 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 boom. I'm drawing lousy. Because also there's actually much bigger than the circle I've drawn. But you get the idea that this is a leaf that is basically subdivided into littler leaves. leaflets, subdivided into segments. I'm not sure exactly what happens up there, but that works out. So that's what's happening. So now we go in here, and that's going to start about here on this particular branch. So you've got to have a couple going this way, and then you're going to have a bunch more coming here, each one getting longer until we get to the tip, and then they're going back up the other side. So there we go. Same thing here. This one's going to come out to about here, it looks like. So it's got a couple going this way, then they come around, and they're going down this way. And on the other side of it, they're going down this way. Okay? And when we got one facing us, like here, then we got a couple there, we got this coming down here. So you see how that works now? Everything coming up here. So that's basically how you do your crown. Here's a nice one coming up here that's almost straight. And you can see it goes up here. So we got one over here. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, look at that. We got a big curved one up here. There we go. Okay, we got two in the view here. So we got this one. This pen does not like this Xerox dust. And then there's another one in here that's sending out some leaflets going this way. Oh, and there's another one. Okay, so up here, we're getting lots of overlap here. Because, of course, these do overlap in the view. Because you're not looking at single fronds, you're looking at the whole conglomerated mess. I mean, right here you can see there's a whole several different layers of these things. So there is the basics on your crown, and we've already done the trunk. We're good with this on the trunk. So we'll put that on top of that, and that's going to be my pattern. Hope that helped you out, and happy day to you.